Hi, this report is current as of June 10th here. Again, another turn of events as far as our weather goes. We've went from a pretty cold spring to some awfully hot weather at the beginning of the week here and last weekend. Now again it's cold. The bluegills on Lake Monona were just getting ready to come in, start cruising around in those shallow water, starting to look for some places to spawn. It was looking like we were going to be having a lot of spawning activity taking place in the next week or so, and now I'm sure that this cold weather has slowed that down again. As far as up here on Lake Mendota goes, the guys are getting quite a few smallmouth bass out on the lake, throwing plastics and leeches anywhere from 8 feet of water to 15 feet of water. I've heard several of the points on the lake have been producing pretty well. The bars have been producing pretty well. All those different areas where guys would typically be fishing for smallmouth have been pretty productive so far here recently. Bluegill-wise, I have been hearing some nice bluegills on the lake, although not very many. I'm a firm believer that there probably aren't any, huge numbers of those big bluegills out here right now. So it's probably best that we don't take out too many of them. White bass on the lake. A lot of guys are saying they're still running into quite a few white bass out here in Warner Bay, off Governor's Island, and Maple Bluff, over by Fox Bluff too. I've heard quite a few white bass over in that area. Down on Lake Monona, again, I told you about the bluegills down there. The musky fishermen say they've been chasing fish around. A lot of fish starting to show themselves. Not a lot of fish biting as of yet, mostly just following. Bass fishermen have been having pretty good luck. The bass seem to probably be done spawning. They've moved out on the outside weed edge a little bit. There's still bass up tight to the shores too, so you seem to have your choice in that area. Lake Wabisa, guys are still talking about the lack of weed growth on the lake. Crappies seem to have probably be finishing up their deal. Bluegills are scattered in 5 to 10 feet of water. Some guys are finding them, some guys aren't. The reports are really spotty down there. Lake Higanza seems to be suffering from a lack of weeds for the most part. At least it was in the beginning of the week here from the guys that I was talking to. So they were having a little bit of difficulty finding much for weeds. But they were picking up a few nice crappies, and they're still getting a few walleyes on that lake from what I hear. I guess that's really about it for right now. So if you guys got anything you'd like to share, you can call me at the store, 608-241-4225. Or you can always use our phone report if you're looking for a report on the road. The number for that is 608-244-3474. It spells big fish, so that makes it a little easier to remember. I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.